Hello, everybody. Sorry if the camera's a little blurry, but I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do like your stories index because I know there's been several questions about that. I kind of want to demonstrate what we can use it for, how I anticipate people using it, how I've seen it been used in the past, and what you can get out of it. So I'll try and make this short. I'll jump right in. So the stories index, as you may be aware, um, it should be in your author materials folder under your Get Smart folder by now, hopefully. And what I really this is I'll do a little demonstration for you. This is my actual one. This is like a one I just created. So what we usually use this for, how we see it, the developmental editors and me and like Eric and all the whole support team, is it lets us track your progress in some ways. We can see where you're at in terms of writing stories. We can see if you got some ideas fleshed out, if you have some stories potentially in the works. And you can use this as much as you want, but we really would like to see something, some big use to this. Having a blank one at the end is usually not good. The most successful authors usually like have a pretty good stories index, and you can make this at any time, like really flesh it out. It helps quite a bit. So here's a demonstration one. I wanted to like walk you through what it is. So let's say, I know several of you were writing about sports. I'm just going to give an example. Maybe I want to talk about grit in sports, right? What does that mean, right? So I want to talk about how or how athletes, and coaches can use, oh, that was embarrassing, use past experiences and failures to shape their character and their abilities. See, pretty basic, nothing too specific there. It's just kind of like what you want to think about. Then for people, maybe I can talk about, let's see, who's a famous athlete that kind of like Jim Kelly. He's like the Buffalo Bills quarterback that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, like still a Hall of Fame quarterback, great guy. Maybe I can talk about Steph Curry too. They lost 4-1 to they lost after a 3-1 comeback by LeBron. Just different athletes. These are secondary interviews. You hopefully will have like a primary interview you can loop into here. Then story arc. Maybe I want to say several athletes have had failures. List those failures. This is just a story arc, how you want to see the story go. The idea of it is that you can take this and then turn it into an outline, and then take that outline and turn it into an actual story. List those failures. Discuss what they learned. Go on to discuss future success. Then talk about how these failures defined them. All right, and then takeaways. Takeaways, this is, I know a lot of you been talking about like what do you want the grand like story arc of your book to be. The takeaways is a good way to like formulate that. Like what do you want your reader to get from this? So I guess takeaways. Resilience and perseverance make a successful athlete. All right, something like that. It's pretty basic. I'm just I'm writing on a made up story. I'm not writing about sports. But anyways, yeah, status. We usually say this when you're done. I'm gonna say forthcoming. You don't have to like actually write anything. When you actually write the story, you can make it ready for review by checking this box. Let's say I create the story now on. I'm gonna make a. Sorry, this is my story folder. So this is I'm gonna make this document, grit, okay? And then here's my story. I can start outlining it. We already kind of went over how to do stories, so I'll hopefully assume you know how to do that. I can right here, I can go add symbol, and then I can just do the name of that story. Now here's my story. You can link to it. Goes to this page. I'm going to say I'm mainly doing secondary interviews for this. This is very important when you actually have your story written. It'd be great if you guys did like word count. This is good to track your total progress, because I know many of you like might be confused when we ask like we want 3 to 5,000 or 9,000 words or whatever. Like how do I know where I'm at with that? Sorry to be so yeah, it shows your total word count, and we have a percentage for you. Don't worry about the 35 stories. It's more about the word count. Homework, that doesn't really mean much. If you want to like assign yourself some homework, not a big deal. And yeah, that's it. Pretty simple stuff. I'll show you my story index, for example. I'm talking about entrepreneurship, if you remember. Like here's the people I've used, my story arc, my takeaways. I'm pretty thorough. You don't have to be this thorough. I'm on my first draft for this, ready for review, linked it, had a word count. Yeah, told it what I wanted to use. So yeah, I mean, I think mine's pretty good. You can continue to use mine as a reference. I'll also show you a one from a really successful author in terms of writing. You can tag your DE on this. This is what your DE is mainly going to be looking at in order to find your stories. They're not going to like riff through everything else. So the better this is, the easier your DE will be on you too, and me. But yeah, see, like hers is pretty extensive. It goes on and on. Talks about, hers was about walking and how that can affect your life. You don't have see. Also, she didn't turn every single theme into a story. You can make this as you want. I don't really give a fuck if this is that organized. I don't think anybody does. It's just important that you have a place to like have all this information, like your people that you're using, your story arc, your takeaways, your word count, that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I guess what I really wanted to show with this is, I'll stop sharing now, is that this story index can be like very valuable. It's a really important tool. It's one of the main things that makes this process like work. So I definitely encourage you to use it. If you have any more questions, you can always ask me. I like to consider myself a little story index master. I used to live on there basically when I was tracking authors. So definitely, if you have anything at all, like maybe how you can use it for your story specifically. I had a couple authors talk to me over the weekend about their topics. That's all great. I love talking to you guys about that. So yeah, I really looking forward to the progress you guys make in days ahead. I hope this was valuable. If you have any more questions, please ask me. Yeah, so hope you guys are doing good. See ya.